All right, hello everyone. Here we are. Hole number 7 here. We're going to go Kingmaker, Rock. Just kind of focus on precision more than anything. That's the best advice I can give you guys for this hole. Is just kind of, use your, strengths of being able to use accuracy as opposed to extra mile or apocalypse. And unless that apocalypse is up there at kind of the level where you want it, 5, 6, 7, where it actually has a very high level of accuracy, you'll probably be better off just going with, just something a little bit less distance. You can see we got a nice tailwind here. So let me go ahead. We'll use the tool. Is this also another? I think I was on a 6. So I didn't know that these clubs are getting upgraded. And they're not updated on my now with this club, fortunately enough, the accuracy should be the identical. There probably wasn't an accuracy boost. These clubs get up to 100 relatively quickly. The Rock and the quarterback. So let's take a look here. We are going to be using very close to a max adjustment. So a little bit beyond. Keep in mind that we're going into power. So, I am kind of looking maybe 10 rings down as it landing, which is going to be somewhere up here. So keep in mind, you're going to want to keep the top spin off. And as I mentioned, it is going to be landing somewhere up here. So make sure that you're accounting for that. And also when you curl it, keep in mind that, it's going to kind of over curl towards the right. So you'll want to be very careful of that. Make sure you're not adding any overpower either. And you can see kind of what I'm doing and just trying to land right on the top edge. And let's see if I can get it to, oh. So even with that, little bit of topspin, you can see very little. Now, keep in mind, it's not the topspin that caused the problem. I landed just a little bit long. So if I would have just taken off a power, make sure you're not adding power. I was right at the max line. Keep in mind that with 0.2 less wind, I probably would have been in the fairway. So I can do one of two things for you guys. I can either play the shot from the bunker or I can pitch backwards. And, I might just play this one just so you guys can see a bunker shot, because there's a chance that you won't get the curl right and you might wind up in the left rough or roll down that hill into the sand. So you might technically need to get a bunker shot here. But you'll see the reason that I always go right is just because it's so much easier. It doesn't matter if I'm in the bunker. It doesn't matter if I'm in the fairway. I can easily get to this hole here. So it really makes things easier. As I mentioned, I probably am going to play this. I don't know which club I have. It looks like I have a Spit 5. Again, I did not know that all this was updated. So this is 90 accuracy. You'll see that the new notebook numbers are very good. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of pulling somewhere in the neighborhood of course, up here is max. We're not quite max. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood for this shot of about 5 rings. And of course, I'm not doing any ball guide offset. So since I'm not doing ball guide offset, I'm going to just do just a slight curl here. Perfect ball. It looks like I just clipped the rough. So I was trying to play that very aggressively. And you could see 5 rings there was just marginally too much. I am going to try to map this for you guys. I just didn't have the time. And I'm trying to think of something that does have a Spit 5, and I think this account does. As I mentioned, it would have been very tough. So I believe it was 7.1. We had a straight tailwind. So you can see what max looks like. We weren't at max, and we were also pulling back. So that's why, you'll see that these new numbers, they're very good. you know, 6.2 maybe up here. However, we were probably at 80, maybe even pulling back. So, you know, this is kind of where you should have seen me doing somewhere right around maybe 4.6, 4.7. Keep in mind, I was trying to get very, very aggressive there, because if it just carries over, had I would have just carried over the rough and not just barely clipped it, it gives me a very good chance to hold it out. So that's why you saw me getting very aggressive and also kind of spinning it the way that I was, just to be sure that if I did, you know, by some chance get it just over that rough, I mean, we're talking lip out or better. Like, that was going to be all over it. So that is one of the reasons that I wanted to still give you guys that shot. Because, you know, let's say you do make that mistake and need to pull something like that off, you're going to see that you're still going to be able to make this thing. And it's just going to all come down to just the perfect execution. And if it just hops over there, you know, there's a chance that it rolls over and you still get an ace, because it's such a straight tailwind that it's going to at least, you know, burn the edge there. So good luck, and I'll see you guys on hole 8 coming up.